The Gruffalo by Julia Donaldson, illustrated by Axel Scheffler. So for this story, I'm not going to show you what the Gruffalo looks like yet. I'm going to want you to imagine in your head what the Gruffalo looks like by listening to the descriptive words in the story. So just like when you read a book, you actually are having pictures going on in your head, and this is called visualization. So I want you to visualize in your head what the Gruffalo looks like, and we're going to draw it as the story goes. So let's get started. A mouse took a stroll through the deep, dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house. It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo, why? Didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Where are you meeting him? Here, by these rocks. And his favorite food is roasted fox. Roasted fox. Oh my, fox said. Goodbye, little mouse. And away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? Okay, now I want you to get out your paper, and we're going to talk about how we're going to do this drawing. So, do you think he's pretty big? I mean, if he can make roasted fox, yeah, he's a pretty big animal. So I want you to draw a big head, a big body, big arms, and big legs. Okay, so that's what we're going to start with. So, if you ever need to pause this video at any time, you can, and then just go ahead and start it back up again after you're done with your drawing. So let's talk about terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. So, for this, terrible tusks. So those are some tusks that you've actually probably seen before. It's an elephant. So go ahead and draw tusks on your Gruffalo. And we have terrible claws. So those claws might look familiar to you. I have a bird claw, there's an animal claws, and then that's an iguana's claws. So they're all kinds of terrible claws that you could think about. And then we have terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. So the first one, that's a dog's teeth. So notice how they go all different ways. And then we have an alligator's teeth. So go ahead and pause this video, and you should be drawing your terrible tusks, your terrible claws, and your terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Continue on with our story. On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Join me for tea in my treetop house. It's frightfully nice of you, owl, but no, I'm going to have tea with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo, why? Didn't you know? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes, and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. Where are you meeting him? Here, by the stream, and his favorite food is owl ice cream. Owl ice cream, to it, to. Goodbye, little mouse. And away owl flew. Silly old owl, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo. Okay, get ready to draw. We're going to do knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. So, there's knobbly knees. Knobbly knees are like bumpy knees. So then we have turned out toes. Lots of dogs have turned out toes. And we have a wart. Now, it does say a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. So a wart is like an infection on your body that skin grows over. So a poisonous wart. So think about what that might look like. Let's continue with our story. On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. A snake saw the mouse, and the mouse. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come for a feast in my log pile house. It's wonderfully good of you, snake, but no, I'm having a feast with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo, why? Didn't you know? His eyes are orange, his tongue is black. He has purple prickles all over his back. Where are you meeting him? Here, by this lake. And his favorite food is scrambled snake. Scrambled snake, it's time I hid. Goodbye, little mouse. And away snake slid. Silly old snake, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? Let's continue our drawing. So we have orange eyes. So there's some eyes that you've probably seen before. We have a black tongue. There's some tongues that you've probably seen before. And purple prickles. Now these are prickles. These are like thorns on a rose bush. And it specifically said purple prickles. So maybe you have time to color your Gruffalo. If you need to pause this video at any time, you may. And then just continue. So we're going to continue with our story. Oh! But who's this creature with terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. His eyes are orange, his tongue is black. He has purple prickles all over his back. Looks like the mouse might see a Gruffalo. So I want you to point to your terrible claws. I want you to point to your terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Point to his knobbly knees. Point to his turned out toes. Point to the poisonous wart at the end of his nose. Point to his eyes that are orange, his tongue that is black, and point to the purple prickles all over his back. So make sure you have all of the items. So for the next slide, I'm going to show you the illustrator's idea of the Gruffalo. So look at all of those purple prickles, the black tongue, the terrible teeth, and his terrible jaws, his turned out toes, and his terrible claws, all the things that you imagined in your head. Is this what you were thinking it looked like? I've noticed that sometimes when I imagine things in my head, I actually like them better than what the illustrator shows. Lots of times I like to read a book and then they might make a movie out of the book. I've noticed that I like the book better than what the movie does because your imagination sometimes does a little bit better than what the illustrators do. Let's continue our story. Oh, help. Oh, no. It's a Gruffalo. My favorite food, the Gruffalo said. You'll taste good on a slice of bread. Good? Said the mouse. Don't call me good. I'm the scariest creature in this deep, dark wood. Just walk behind me and soon you'll see everyone is afraid of me. What? Oh, sure, said the Gruffalo, bursting with laughter. You lead the way, and I'll follow after. They walked and walked till the Gruffalo said, I hear a hiss in the grass ahead. It's Snake, said the Mouse. Why, Snake, hello. Snake took one look at the Gruffalo. Oh dear, he said, goodbye, little mouse, and slid right into his log pile house. He's scared of the Gruffalo. You see, said the Mouse, I told you so. Amazing, said the Gruffalo. They walked some more till the Gruffalo said, I hear a hoot in the trees ahead. It's Owl, said the Mouse. Why, Owl, hello. Owl took one look at the Gruffalo. Boo-hoo, he said, goodbye, little mouse, and flew right up to his treetop house. So he's scared of the Gruffalo too. You see, said the Mouse, I told you so. Astounding, said the Gruffalo. They walked some more till the Gruffalo said, I hear some paws on the path ahead. It's Fox, said the Mouse. Why, Fox, hello. Fox took one look at the Gruffalo. Oh, help, he said, goodbye, little mouse, and ran right into his underground house. The mouse said, Gruffalo, now, you see, everyone is afraid of me. But now my tummy is starting to rumble, and my favorite food is Gruffalo crumble. Gruffalo crumble, the Gruffalo said. And quick as the wind, he turned and fled. All was quiet in the deep dark wood. The mouse found a nut, and the nut was good. So boys and girls, I'm very interested in what you imagined the Gruffalo looked like. I want you to upload your picture to Schoology so I can see it if you weren't able to make our live meeting. So in our live meeting, you will show me what your pictures are, and we can look at them and describe them and talk about them. So I will see you soon. Bye.